Okay, so I chose the 2018 rankings because that's the year number 16 UMBC defeated number 1 Virginia. This is going to help with the explanation a bit later on. So first off, please know that this ranking on this spreadsheet you see, this is not the actual rankings because the actual rankings don't exist. Yes, there's RPI and net rankings that contain all the teams, but those are not 100% correlated to selection. So this list here is just to give a visual idea of where the committee ranked the 351 teams. Of course, the selection committee did not actually ever rank all 351 colleges. They only took the time to rank the 68 that qualified for the tournament. Okay, so one of the things that confuses people every year is how the seeding works for the first four, also known as the play-in games. Because in recent years, you'll notice that there's 68 and not 64 teams in the tournament, and which requires 4 teams to play for those to eliminate 4 teams. 4 games to be played to eliminate 4 teams. But you notice that some of them are actually 11 seeds and not 16 seeds, right? So some ask, why is that the case, and why is it just not all the 16 seeds? So, so the explanation is first, as you can see, there's some auto bids, and there's also some at-large selections, at-large qualifiers. If you don't see anything, then these are teams that did not qualify for the tournament, by the way. At large means they got voted in, and automatic means they automatically got in because they won their conference tournament. As you can see, pretty much all the teams that got voted in, they're near the top of the list. In fact, so the worst out of the teams that got voted in, they have to play in the first four. These are the teams that barely got in as voting selections, and you'll notice they're ranked significantly higher than a lot of the teams that automatically qualify by winning their conference. This is because most of the conferences only contain weaker teams. This might not be true for maybe these conferences, but for the most part, as you go down the list, that's the case. In fact, UMBC is all the way at 120th on this list. So when they beat Virginia, number 1 Virginia, it wasn't actually the 63rd or so ranked college beating the number 1. It was actually the 120th ranked college defeating the top college in the nation, which is why the upset was so big. As you can see in orange, the worst 4 automatic qualifiers also must participate in the play-in games, also known as the first 4. In fact, the lowest ranked 16 seed is all the way ranked at 254. So if such a low ranked 16 seed, okay, we already saw UMBC, but if an even lower ranked 16 seed like a play-in wins, that would be even more insane. And you may have noticed there's 6 16 seeds and not 4. And yes, that's because 4 of them must participate in the first 4 in order to eliminate 2 of the 16 seeds. This is just as you saw with the 11 seeds, which was explained earlier. So hopefully this gave a good visual representation of how the qualification process works.